Hey, what's going on, guys? So Nintendo's Direct has pretty much been said and gone, and there was a ton of announcements about this thing, but I really only got hyped for about 14 announcements, so I want to talk about those right here. Let's get into it. First off, we got an announcement that Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 will both be coming to the Nintendo Switch. As somebody who didn't play them when they originally launched, I'm actually excited to get to see them maybe in an enhanced version on the Nintendo Switch. I'm assuming they're still going to be playable on the Nintendo Switch 2 as well. These are going to be coming October 2nd, 2025. That's right around the corner here, so it's obviously launching when there's going to be a slew of other games coming out, but it's definitely something you want to keep your eye out for. Next up, we got a Switch 2 upgrade announced for Super Mario Wonder. This is going to be coming sometime in 2026, and there's also an announcement for a DLC called Meetup in Bellabelle. This is like a more multiplayer focused DLC, allowing you to play with your friends. Seems pretty cool. Honestly, any reason to kind of go back into that world and play that game some more, I think I'm all here for, because it's actually a game I really enjoyed. So look out for that next year. We got an announcement for Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. This is a super cool looking Yoshi game. This is actually going to be coming spring 2026, so that's next year. It's a little bit ways down the road, but this looks pretty dope. Obviously, if you're a Mario fan, you're probably a Yoshi fan. It makes sense that we're getting all these Mario announcements, considering this is Super Mario's 40th anniversary. But yeah, Yoshi's a pretty cool character. I don't think it's a character that gets a lot of love personally. I know there's been quite a few Yoshi games. I just feel like it's one of those underrated IPs. Next up, we got a release date for Hades 2 coming to the Switch. And it looks like this is going to be coming November 20th, 2025. Now that's the physical edition. On September 25th, 2025, you will get the digital edition of the game. This is also when the game is going to be launching out of early access. So the developers have had plenty of time while the game's been on PC to kind of work out the kinks. So people getting into the game are going to get a chance to play it probably when it's its most optimized, and it's going to be exclusive to the Switch for a while. So I mean, if you want to play it when it launches and you don't have a PC, this is probably where you're going to check it out. We also got a release date for Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. This is going to be coming November 6th, 2025. We got to see some cool new features in this as well. We're using some of the Zonai abilities, some of the other characters you're using. I'm excited for this one. It's a prequel to Tears of the Kingdom, so like, I want to know what happened before that story, because I think that was a pretty incredible story, and any chance to get more lore in that world, I'm all here for. We also got an announcement for Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. Obviously, if you're a huge Dragon Quest fan, this is going to be it for you. This is coming February 5th, 2026. The art style here looks crazy. This is like a IP that I was a little bit confused if we were going to be getting anything else besides like further entries, considering like Akira Toriyama, who's like pretty much done most of the foundational work on the art style for this game. I'm assuming they were going to want him to have some involvement with it, but obviously he has passed. So I'm actually happy that they're kind of continuing the games, and like, obviously like he's not working on every single game, or maybe I'm wrong. Somebody can tell me down below, but either way, I'm excited to play this one. I've actually only played Dragon Quest X, so I mean, I'm excited to go back and play this one. And then we got an announcement for Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterflies Remake. Now, this game looks pretty damn cool. It's coming out early 2026. If you played the original Fatal Frame 2, you probably will immediately notice the differences here. I went back and watched some trailers from the old game, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, okay, they're doing a great job with this. This is going to be pretty cool. I'm just excited to see a horror game come to the Switch. I've never played a Fatal Frame game, so this is going to be my first entry into the series, or maybe you guys can tell me to go back and play some of the old ones. We'll see. And then there was an announcement for a game called Souika Game Planet. This is kind of like a Tetris, like circular Tetris, where you're actually shooting these bubbler things into this circle, and if you shoot them into the matching colors, it'll actually like it'll obviously blow up that color. It's one of those color matching games. This game is going to be played with multiplayer if you have the game share abilities, and it will be launching this fall, so it's not that far down the corner, but they better get a release date soon, because we're already in September, so like that's pretty damn close. And then we also got an announcement for the Metroid Prime 4 Beyond release date. This is coming December 4th, 2025. I know people weren't even thinking this game was going to come out this year, just because of the fact that like we hadn't had a release date, and we were more than halfway through the year, and nobody knew where the development was, and this game has gone through such a tumultuous like development cycle with just, remember when it was like completely restarted as far as being developed. So like the fact that we're actually going to get to play this game this year, we'll see, fingers crossed. Hopefully it doesn't get delayed again, but it looks really cool. They also announced that like you're going to get to play on a motorcycle. Samus looks pretty badass. Excited to play this. I'm a huge Metroid fan, so like I want to play this game. And then we got an announcement for DLC to Donkey Kong Bonanza at this Nintendo Direct. This DLC is actually going to take players to DK Island with a new mode. This mode is going to be called Emerald Rush mode. It's kind of like a roguelite mode, I think people were saying. Didn't seem like it in the trailer. It has you basically collecting all the bananas you can. Looks pretty cool. This game came out not too long ago, so the fact that we're already getting DLC for the game after such a short time of the game being out is pretty damn impressive. And it's available right now. It's a paid DLC, but you can play it today. There's also a demo out for the game today, so like check that shit out. I mean, I think it's a great game so far. I'm still kind of playing it, haven't finished it. That's the cool thing about Switch games, is you kind of can just like play them at your leisure, so it's really cool. We got another trailer for Pokemon Za. This actually showed some more Megalutions coming to the game. It looks really cool. This is like, I gotta finish Arceus before I play this one. But also they announced a DLC coming from the game. This thing is going to be called Mega Dimensions. No information at all. All that we got to see was like 2 different versions of Raichu. I imagine there's going to be Megalutions to it. I guess he has 2 different ones. I'm liking the whole Megalutions vibe we got going on here. I need to dig more into the lore and really get back into it, because this seems pretty cool. And then we also got the release date for Dynasty Warriors Origins coming to the Switch. It's going to be coming January 22nd, 2026. That's probably about a year after it launched on PlayStation, and it looks pretty good on Nintendo Switch, I'm not gonna lie. I think Koei Tecmo does a great job of optimizing their games. And if you're somebody who wants to play what I think is a pretty damn entry in the series, and I think it's a pretty good turning point for the series, definitely just check it out on the Switch if you didn't play it on launch day, because it looks like it's going to play it really well. We actually got a release date for Monster Hunter 3 Twisted Reflection at this most recent Nintendo Direct, and it looks like it's actually coming March 13th, 2026, 2 days after my birthday. So I'm really looking forward to checking it out. I've never finished a Monster Hunter Stories game. I think I started to, and I really enjoyed it, and then got pulled on to something else for like a review or something, and I just got to get back to it, because I actually do like the art style for it, and it being like a turn-based game is a little bit more my style than like the grindiness of the current state. So yeah, so I'm pumped to play that. We also got another trailer for Resident Evil 9 Requiem at this Nintendo Direct, with an announcement that it's going to be coming to the Switch too. So like somehow they're going to get RE Engine to play well on the Switch too. We'll find out. They did also announce here though that Resident Evil Biohazard and Resident Evil Village are also coming to the Nintendo Switch too. Same day that Resident Evil 9 is coming out. I thought that was a weird move. Maybe they can put it in like a bundle. You would think that they would want to like have it that launch, or maybe have those launch before. Like, hey, these games are coming to Nintendo Switch today, and then you have to wait a few months to play the next one. But apparently you can play them all the same day when they all launch on the Nintendo Switch too. So those are 14 games that I'm really excited about from this most recent Nintendo Direct. Let me know what you guys think down below. What games are you excited about? There's plenty more games that were announced here. Let's talk about it. Peace.